Good evening. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees from Joliet Junior College, District 525, Wednesday, September 10th at 5:30 p.m. in the boardroom. This time I'd like to call to order. As we begin, I'd like to remind everyone that this meeting will be conducted in accordance with Board Policy 01.45.00, Meetings of the Board and Robert's Rules of Order. Our attorney, Brian Copeman, will serve as parliamentarian to ensure the meeting proceeds professionally. You'll notice a staff member is present to assist with time management. Per policy, each trustee will have 3 minutes to speak and 2 minutes for rebuttal, with continuous timing observed and only one speaker holding the floor at a time. In alignment with Board Policy 01.03.00, I encourage everyone to maintain civility and respect, even when representing different opinions. This commitment to civility is essential to fostering productive and respectful discussions. Item 1.1 is the roll call. Karen, can you call the roll?
Trustee Bottomley?
Here.
Trustee Broderick?
Present.
Trustee Garcia again?
Here.
Trustee Harris?
Here.
Trustee Lee? Trustee Morales?
Here.
Trustee Bishop?
Here.
Trustee Bazinski?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Item 1.1.3 is the Pledge of Allegiance. And at this time, I'm going to go off the wall and ask our college president to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item 1.2, Communications. Kelly Roder Tonelli.
Good evening, trustees and college community. I was really excited when I figured out the date of today's board meeting, and it's perfect alignment with the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. As you know, the college hosts several events during this time to honor, acknowledge, and celebrate this community. This evening, we've invited a very passionate group of community members who support the Fiestas Patrias Mexican Independence Day Parade, which is not only a signature event in Joliet, but they've been hosting this event for over 60 years. The college has proudly supported this event along with this group for decades, and will again this Saturday, September 13th, with employees, students in our Latinos Unidos Club, and our very own Dr. Namo. So I want to introduce our guests and some members of the planning committee this evening, which is a collaborative effort amongst the Fiestas Patrias Joliet Committee, the Joliet City Center Partnership, and a newly formed committee of Hispanic community leaders chaired by Joliet District 4 Councilman Cesar Cardenas. So with that, Councilman Cardenas, just wave and say hello. Amy Sanchez, thank you for being here. Tanya Arias, and our very own, you might remember her face, Andrea Barone, 2023 JJC alum, and employee at the Latino Economic Development Association. Oh, Diana showed up, and Diana Viveros. Yes. Thank you for being here. So with that, I invite you to the floor.
Thank you, esteemed board. We're happy to be here. I was asked by Margie Franchini to say some words on behalf of the entire committee. Margie Franchini and her family, her father, Don Nova Rodriguez, has chaired and championed the Mexican Independence Day Fiesta Patrias Committee for over 60 years. This year, we were able to have significant progress with Collins Street designated as a legacy parade route in the city of Joliet. With that, the ask was made that collaborative community partners come together and help chair, facilitate, and make sure this was a community-led event. So we all stepped up to the plate. So we're very excited. We've been planning diligently, weekly, sometimes around the clock, since May and before. And we're excited to bring not just the parade back to Collins Street, but also our esteemed Grand Marshals, which we are honoring the Mexican Americans that have contributed to our country and our community for decades. Our Grand Marshals are Mr. Joe Bellman, who is a World War II veteran at 101 years young, Mr. Tony Ariano, also a veteran, and retired Police Lieutenant George Hernandez, as well as Jose Dueñas Sr. in place of his son, Sergeant Jose Dueñas, who gave the ultimate sacrifice and gave his life in Lithuania, and we recently brought him home in a beautiful celebratory service. There'll be honorary salutes along the parade route on Collins Street at Cedar Sanchez's memorial statue, as well as Don Nava Rodriguez, who's also a World War II veteran and again the founder of the parade. It is our esteemed pleasure to be able to join together collaboratively to plan to ensure that the business community is front and center for this parade. And we welcome everybody to join us. We know that these are tumultuous times and some people are in fear, but we are lean into the fact that we are in the special service area. We have paid the price literally in the SSA district to have all the benefits of an SSA district, and we welcome the students. We want to celebrate them and celebrate the joy of Mexican Independence Day and our culture. So thank you very much for having us tonight. Thank you.
Item 1.3, the recognition of retirement. Dr. Amy Gray.
Good evening, Chairman Budzinski, members of the board, and members of the JJC community. I have the pleasure and the honor of recognizing a number of retirees from academic affairs this evening. And I'm going to start with Marty Bondemuth. Marty Bonnie DeMuth served as the psychology department chair at JJC for 25 impactful years. A truly exceptional educator, she was known for her deep commitment to students and her engaging, thoughtful teaching style. Marty taught both face-to-face and was instrumental in developing online course sections, helping expand access and flexibility for learners. In addition to her teaching, she played a key role in shaping the department's future by serving on several faculty search committees that helped bring in new talent to the psychology department. Her legacy as a dedicated instructor, mentor, and colleague continues to inspire all who had the privilege to learn from or work alongside her. And then I have another retiree, also a long-term faculty member, Dennis Doyle. Dennis dedicated 26 years of service in social and behavioral sciences at JJC. He began his journey as an adjunct instructor in sociology before becoming full-time faculty. His passion for learning led him to earn a second master's degree in history, which allowed him to teach history and sociology courses with depth and enthusiasm. Dennis also is known for his captivating lectures, and he has devoted so much time to the students and would stand outside of classroom where students would stand outside of his classroom just to listen to his lectures, even if they weren't in his classes. He is an engaging speaker who has traveled across the U.S. presenting on the Civil War and sharing his expertise far and wide. He also served on the new faculty seminar committee where he mentored and supported new hires. Dennis's wisdom, mentorship, and presence will be deeply missed by many. Next, I have Audrey Finkel. Audrey Finkel retired in August after nearly 17 years of dedicated service to JJC. Before joining the college, Audrey brought a wealth of experience as a firefighter and paramedic and an educator in the paramedic program at Silver Cross Hospital. What many may not know is that she also had a distinguished career as an award-winning news writer. We graduated from the same alma mater, Mizzou, University of Missouri. And she was the producer for WBBM News Radio 780. Audrey began her journey at JJC as a skills vendor supporting fire science and EMS students with hands-on instruction. After 2 years in that role, she transitioned to full-time faculty, eventually serving as the EMS program coordinator and chair of Health and Public Services. Audrey's presence, as well as her famous homemade pickles, will definitely be missed at JJC. Next, I have Deb Gaskin. Deb retired in August after almost 19 years of dedicated service to JJC. She served in the role of Health Information Technology and medical billing and coding faculty and the coordinator for that program. She played a pivotal role in securing and maintaining successful accreditation through AHIMA, and the JJC program was even touted as the most organized accredited program in the association under Deb's leadership. And I remember that visit because they were trying to recruit her. Her leadership expertise and commitment to excellence have left a lasting impact on the program and the students she served. She has been a pillar in the HIMT program, a mentor to so many, and a very special friend to me. She will be deeply missed by so many at JJC. And then, last but not least, let me go to the top of the list here. Dr. Marsink, Dr. Robert Marsink, after 28 years at JJC, he has served in so many roles, as many of us know, but his years of service, scholarship, and student advocacy will forever leave an indelible legacy on this campus and its communities. Over the years, Bob has nurtured and inspired countless students in the classroom, teaching journalism and film, as well as his time advising the Blazer. His advocacy for students was always apparent in all that he did. Bob was just as much of an advocate for his colleagues as well, serving on the faculty union board since 2003, with 18 years as president of that union. He supported faculty, worked collaboratively with the administration, and successfully negotiated 6 contracts. I seriously don't know how we're going to do the next one without him. All of this tireless work was recognized in 2019 when Bob was awarded the Susan H. Wood Hall of Fame Award. Ultimately, however, there is no award big enough to encapsulate all that Bob has meant to the JJC community. And while we will greatly miss him, we wish him all the best in his well-deserved retirement.
Here, we can hear from him.
Any of them?
Is there anybody else here? Well, thank you for the opportunity. I know when I told Dr. Amy Gray that I was going to be here, that I wasn't sure if I was coming until I realized I had a 30-minute speech I hadn't had a chance to give. No, I do just want to thank the board, thank Dr. Moore, the administration, Amy, for recognizing all of us. Kurt's going to talk more about it a little bit later, but it's some unbelievable faculty and staff in that list of people who are retiring. So it's a great honor to be recognized. And I do want to say one thing before I leave, and that is, I probably haven't had a chance to say this, but throughout my years here, staff has been incredibly kind and good to me. So many times I would find myself in a little trouble, or I needed something, or I needed to get something done, and they always served me well. They always had my back, or as people like to say that they had my 6, as they say. And I do want to say thank you to all of them. That said, I appreciate it. And when I leave here tonight, it's not a goodbye to JJC. I will be hopefully part of the JJC community for a long, long time. And I do, again, I thank you for doing this, because when I sat in Kurt's seat in the past, I used to love to see people come up, and I know Chairman Brzezinski feels the same, come up and talk about their careers, and it's a great opportunity for people to do that. So thank you, and we'll see you down the line. Bye.
Hi, I'm Deborah Gaskin, and I'm going to try to do this without crying. I also have retired as of August, and I just want to thank everyone. I've loved working here, and this is part of my family. It was very nice to drive back up to JJC today, even though I had to take I-80, which I don't miss taking that. But I loved being here. I always was so supportive and supported by everyone. And Amy is just very special to me as well in terms of always giving me support. I never needed anything we needed we were able to get, so that we did always get accredited through our organization. And I really miss the faculty and staff and all of you and the students. So I'm glad that I get to see the students a lot out in the field through looking at LinkedIn and that, and many of them are doing very well. It's hard to believe so many students went through our program, but it was an honor working here, and this will always be a part of my family as well. A lot of my sons went here as well, so I have a special place in my heart for JJC, so thank you very much. Thank you.
And then next, I'm going to ask Karen Kissel to present some retirees.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, Chairman Bazinski. Appreciate
I was going
it.
in order on my goodness.
I know. I'm with you. I'm with you. Michelle Eklund, a full-time specialist within Student Accounts and Payments Office, is retiring with over 35 years of service to JJC. Her career started in 1977 as a student worker within the bookstore, and then advanced to a full-time accounts receivable clerk. In 1982, she was promoted from the bookstore clerk to the manager of the service center, which is now known as Student Accounts and Payments. Michelle took time away in 1988 to raise her 2 children, and then returned to the JJC Student Accounts and Payment Office part-time in 2001, and was then promoted to full-time in 2004. Michelle is looking forward to joining her husband of 43 years, Jim, who retired 4 years ago, in some well-deserved relaxation and leisurely travel. They plan to spend more time with their daughter, Lauren, who lives in Hawaii. Nice. And their son, Jeff, and daughter-in-law, Kara, who live in North Carolina. Michelle is looking forward to enjoying their newly built home in Shanahan while supporting her favorite basketball team, the Boston Celtics, along with playing cards with her family and friends. Michelle, as you embark on this new chapter in your life, we want to take a moment to express our deepest appreciation for your years of service and dedication to Joliet Junior College. Your work ethic and contributions over the past 35 years have been invaluable, and your presence will certainly be missed. We wish you all the very best in your new retirement, Michelle.
Thank you. And now Chief Campbell.
Good evening, President Numuo, members of the board, colleagues, and guests. It is my privilege to recognize Jean Smith, our communications supervisor, as she retires after over 33 years of distinguished service to JJC. Jean began her journey with JJC at just 18 years old, working in an outdoor trailer when our department was still unarmed, from her start as a student worker in 1987 to becoming a full-time employee in 1996. Jean has grown alongside the college, contributing to nearly every major milestone in the department's history. She was instrumental in the establishment of our dispatch training program and has been a steady presence through the opening of multiple campuses and buildings from Romeoville and Morris to Wheatendorf and the main campus center. In 2022, she transitioned into our new communication center, which was a fitting capstone to her career. Jean has served under 4 chiefs of police and 7 college presidents, supervised numerous employees, and has managed thousands of CAD or computer-aided dispatch calls. Her leadership and her technical expertise has been vital to our department's success. Among her many contributions, Jean played a key role in implementing the CAPERS digital report management system, which transitioned our department from paper-based reporting to the digital era. She also helped launch the P1 dispatch system, enhancing our communications capabilities, and led efforts to adopt the federally mandated NIBRS system, ensuring compliance and modernization in our reporting standards. Her career is decorated with commendations for outstanding performance, including her leadership during emergency drills, system failures, and critical incidents. She was also honored with the Patriot Award for her compassion and support of a colleague during a military deployment. In 2024, Jean received the Career Achievement Award, recognizing her decades of service, leadership, and lasting impact she has made on our department and college community. Jean, your legacy is one of professionalism, resilience, and heart. You have been the calm in the storm, the voice of reason, and the foundation of our communications center. On behalf of JJC Police Department, we thank you for your years of service and wish you the very best in retirement. I will say these are words on the paper. They do not express the void that is going to be left when Jean retires. Jean, we love you and we miss you.
So at this time, the chair requests a motion and a second to accept all of the recognitions.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion carries.
Item 1.4, proclamation 1.4.1, the approval of October as National Disability Employment Awareness Month proclamation. Dr. Carl Brooks.
Thank you, Chairman. Members of the Board of Trustees and those in attendance at today's meeting, it gives me great pleasure to introduce JJC student Leanne Al-Saidi, who graciously agreed to read the JJC proclamation, which recognizes the month of October 2025 as Disability Employment Awareness Month. Before Leanne reads the proclamation, I'd like to share a little bit about her. Leanne is a 20-year-old student currently in her third semester here at JJC, exploring her academic path as an undecided major. She's actively involved in numerous clubs and campus events and proudly serves as the secretary for the Disability Awareness Club. As a cancer survivor, Leanne brings resilience and positivity to everything she does. She describes herself as a short person with a big personality and a love for anime, K-pop, and cosplay. These are interests that fuel her creativity and connect her with others on campus. I humbly present to all of you JJC student, Leanne Al-Saidi.
Hi. Thank you. Okay. National Disability Employment Awareness Month. Whereas in 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, was signed into law. ADA is a civil rights legislation that works to increase the inclusion of people with disabilities in all aspects of community, life, including employment, and whereas National Disability Employment Awareness Month is a nationwide campaign celebrating the skills and talents workers with disabilities bring to our workforce, and whereas the month of October is designated to reflect the important role diversity plays in the workplace, and whereas Joliet Junior College advocates respect and inclusion for every individual by demonstrating courtesy and civility in every endeavor, and whereas Joliet Junior College pledges to promote and recognize the diverse strengths of its employees and students, and to value and celebrate the unique attributes, characteristics, and perspectives of every individual. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Illinois Community College District Number 525, Joliet Junior College, counties of Will, Grundy, Kendall, LaSalle, Kankakee, Livingston, and Cook, State of Illinois hereby proclaims the month of October as National Disability Employment Awareness Month in Illinois Community College District Number 525.
Any motion?
So
Motion to-
Motion?
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 1.5, public comments. Karen, do we have public comments today?
We do, Chairman. But as a reminder, Joliet Junior College welcomes public comments during its monthly board meetings. Per policy 015501, the purpose of this opportunity is to direct comments to the board, keeping in mind that comments should be in good taste, and please demonstrate consideration for others. Please refrain from inappropriate, irrelevant, or disruptive comments. Each speaker is allotted up to 3 minutes to speak. Thank you for following this procedure. First up, we have Terry Darcy, who is the mayor of Joliet, and he would like to speak on Public Safety Institute.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Chairman Budzinski, members of the board, Dr. Namuo. I want to say, I was here last night for your Night of the Stars. What a good time. I thought Frank Sinatra was up there with you. I closed my eyes. I gotta tell you, you got a second career there maybe. I'm just saying. I'm here tonight though to express our full support for the intergovernmental agreement between the City of Joliet and Joliet Junior College to explore the creation of a public safety institute that's on your agenda this evening. An institute like this will help keep skills sharp, make sure training keeps up with the new technology and practices, and expand opportunities for specialized training for first responders. Just as important, they create a pipeline for the next generation of public safety professionals. Here in Joliet, we have 40,000 young people under the age of 18. This institute will give them something to think about, an opportunity to see everything in action. We know that this will help direct their path into police, fire, and emergency services. And working for adults looking to change careers or gain certifications, it will also provide valuable opportunities here close to home. That's really what this is about, preparing for the future and setting a gold standard for both education and public safety. By pooling our resources to conduct a feasibility study, we're making a smart investment. Together we'll look at the design, the costs, and the funding strategies to ensure this project, if approved, is done right. In Joliet, public safety is our top priority and the foundation of our community. By working with JJC, we have a chance to build something meaningful that will have a lasting impact, not only for Joliet, but for our region. I'd like to ask the board to support this matter this evening and know that Joliet is supporting that along with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any additional public comments?
We do. We have Jeff Carey, who is from Joliet Fire Chief, and he would like to speak on the training facility.
Good afternoon, Chairperson, President Numo, the rest of the community members. My name is Jeff Carey. I'm the Fire Chief at Joliet and a 1995 graduate of Joliet Junior College. I graduated from I attended your fire science program back then when it was in its infancy, and I've seen the work you guys done with it over the years and how it's expanded into what it is today. I believe what we're proposing to try to do here now is taking it to the next step. One of the things we see when we get a lot of our recruits in, and that is they want more hands-on training. We provide a lot of education in the classroom, and we get a lot of certificates, but we don't get that amount of hands-on training. A facility like this will be able to provide not only police and fire, but EMS and emergency management and any other kind of first responders to get that hands-on training with the assistance of Joliet Fire and Police Department, who have a lot of experience in that hands-on world. So in our minds, this is taking that to the next step. And not only with this facility will it just be a concentrated of police fire. Right now, we all train kind of separately. You know, police trains their way, we train our way, EMA does things. We're proposing of bringing all those entities together so we can work together before we hit the streets. So we see how each other intertwines with each other. A lot of calls we go on, police are there first. So if we could have them trained the same medical ways that we are, not to paramedic levels, but they get some basic stuff. But if they had a little bit more of the EMT stuff, it helps that survival rate. Just on Sunday afternoon, we had a 45-year-old male who suffered a cardiac arrest. His daughter went through our CPR program at Joliet West. She started CPR, the ambulance got there, and we were able to revive him. He's alive today. We also see that all the time with the police department. They are on the scene there first. If they have those same tools, that helps that chain of survival until we get there. So by training together, we can see all that in action. And also on the opposite end, we go on a lot of these calls before police get there. We just last week had 2 paramedics stabbed in Champaign, Illinois, because sometimes police aren't there yet. If we could learn from some of the police techniques together before we start, we could better prepare ourselves for going in these situations also. So I think an opportunity like this, where all first responders can train side by side, just as a real world crisis will be beneficial not only to the community members, but to all the first responders in the region. And we're looking to set, just like the mayor said, that gold standard in the next evolution of first response. I know with the paramedic programs, we talked about more opportunities for people in the community. And after COVID, Illinois' paramedics went from 36,000 down to just over 8,000 paramedics. And it's not that there's not more paramedics that want to come in, there's no openings in schools for them. Also with that partnership, because we have so many ambulance, we have extra available ride time, we can start a 3rd paramedic program in the region with you guys to start getting more of these students in. The issue with paramedic programs now, it's not just the fire service anymore, they're going into other aspects now. So, sorry, I didn't even read my speech. So we're just here asking for your support to hopefully see how this initiative can play out, because I think it's going to be the future of first responder training in the region. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any additional public comments?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Item 1.6, we have a moment of silence. Dr. Numuo?
Chairman Budzinski and members of the board, I'm asking the college community to join me in a moment of silence for the following individuals. Stephen Line, husband of Dr. Heidi Line, professor of mathematics and department chair. Cindy Sheehan, JJC Culinary alumni. Lori Abbott, mother of Nicole Camper in our business and auxiliary services. Kathleen Duran, JJC adjunct in business education. And Chairman Trustee Harris has one more to add.
Yes, Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, conservative influencer at the colleges all over the USA.
I have one more. And also for Drew Dzinskis, who was a huge advocate for warehouse workers' rights, who suddenly passed at a very young age.
Thank you. Item 1.7.1, faculty union report with Kurt Ward.
Good evening. Excuse me. Happy Wednesday. By the way, if anybody's keeping track, this is week 4 of the fall term.
Hey, there you
We're
go.
25% of the way there. Right? And, right? But time flies when you're having fun. As been previously mentioned, obviously, my congratulations to all the retirees, but obviously, a special congratulations to my fellow faculty members who have retired in August. If you weren't keeping track, that was 112 years of service to this college. And as was mentioned by Dr. Gray, obviously their service was well beyond this college in their professional industry, education, their personal passion. And truly, these 5 faculty members have contributed greatly, not only in the classroom, but outside the classroom, whether it's in clubs, activities, faculty leadership. I always think of Dennis. I think as long as I've been here, he has always been the chair of the election committee when it's time to elect new executive board members. So we may not have another election now that Dennis is gone. Hopefully we'll find somebody who'll be happy to replace him. But truly they'll be missed. Then I want to give a special shout out in case nobody noticed. We had over 1,600 students this summer who made honor roll.
Oh, nice.
All right. And if you've never taken a summer class around here, it's at a very accelerated pace. I mean, it literally will fly by in 6 weeks or 8 weeks. And so not only do I want to give a shout out to them, but I want to give a shout out to the faculty members who are able to accelerate that curriculum and get it to those students in a way that they understand. And obviously very successfully when you talk about that many honor roll graduates. And with that, hey, my list is short this evening. Have a wonderful rest of the month. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Adjunct Faculty Union Report, Dr. Barbara Wilhen.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We have a little special something to talk about tonight. Not to talk about, but hopefully to close out on. Again, our union negotiations are finished and now they are in your hands. They have been agreed to by our membership, and we hope that you too in the consent agenda will agree to them. We appreciate all that you do for the college. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 1.7.3, the JJC Foundation Report with Christy Mulvey.
No report. Oh. I think Will wore me out last night.
Well, we're glad you came anyway. Item 1.7.4, the Building and Grounds Committee Report, Elaine Bottomley and Brenton Bishop.
Of course, the Building and Grounds Committee did not meet this past month, but we are really looking forward to our committee meeting in the upcoming month. I've really begun my mission to make Building and Grounds the coolest committee that exists, and we are definitely taking steps towards that. So we have a field trip scheduled. We're gonna go check out the construction progress on the ramp and access point that we voted on and approved at last board meeting for the water access. So if you would like to come, please join us for fun at Building and Grounds Committee. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Item 1.7.5, the Board Policy Committee Report. Trustee Garcia Guillen, Trustee Harris, and Trustee Bishop.
Yes, thank you. So the board policy committee did meet last week, last Wednesday. So in front of you, you will have two different types of policies. You will have 4.1, that is the first readings of board policies. These are going to be readings that will be, if you all decide, and once we discuss, we can go ahead and move it forward for next month, so that way they can go ahead and be approved, be actually up for second reading and then be approved. And then the other policies that you have in front of you will be 4.2, that is the second readings and approval of board policies. Those policies are up. That means that you all will be able to discuss if needed and vote, and then they will be implemented. I do want to highlight one policy. In front of you, you have 7, but I do want to highlight one that will be up for a vote. Give me 1 second. And it's going to be 4.2.1. That is going to be policy 01.27.00. That is the committees of the board. And for this particular policy that it would be up for second reading this time around, really speaks to our commitment as a board to honor the voice of our student trustee, because they are directly communicating the needs and some of the innovative ideas coming from our student body. So this particular policy, what it will do is make sure that it establishes that the student trustee can be counted towards the quorum of the board for those committees, so that way they can go ahead and it's basically making sure that we have enough people to be able to share some of the key details. And again, all of the committees are advisory. That means that we don't make final decisions. We do a lot of work in the policy, in the building and grounds. We do a lot of work that comes back to the full board for approval, for discussion. So again, this policy, you will vote on it today. It really speaks to the commitment of the board to make sure that we're honoring the voice of the student trustee because they represent our student body. That's the one that I'll highlight. The other ones, you all have it in your packet. Thank you. That will be all. We'll meet next month at the beginning.
Thank you. Item 1.7.6, the Finance Committee report from Trustee Morales, Trustee Bottomley, and Trustee Bishop.
Thank you. The last time that this committee met was August 13th, and since then, we have not met, so there is no report. We reported last month. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 1.7.7, the Student Trustee report from Trustee Bishop.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you all. So before I get started with the official student trustee report and everything, I would also like to add, as part of the committees, each of them are open to the public and public comment is permitted at them. Anyone can come, and I highly encourage you to do so. As Trustee Bottomley pointed out, building and grounds is the most fun. Don't tell the board I said that, okay? But regardless, let's talk a little bit about the first month of class, shall we? Main Street started yesterday and also occurred today. The theme this year was a beach day. So students, were you going to add something? Okay, sorry. Students got boogie boards and beach towels and a couple fun little items like paddles and tried to raffle them off to other students. It was a lot of fun. Main Street is an opportunity for student clubs to talk to the general student body about what their club does on campus. Really quick, and I'm sorry to pull out my phone in the middle of a report. Seems a little unprofessional, but I have a couple preliminary numbers for you. This year, Main Street was the biggest it's been. Day 1, we had 415 students. Day 2, there were 359. For a total of 774 students, 676 unique participants. So those are students who didn't come back for both days. 774 total. So about 98 students came back for the other day. 38 different clubs or organizations were involved. So as you might be able to tell, I didn't highlight all of them. It would have taken up way too much space. Now I'm going to highlight the Center for Multicultural Access and Success. They have a lot of things going on this month, with it being Latinx Heritage Month. They went to the Joliet Slammers game on 8/29, pictured to the left. They have their Lewis University campus visit and pumpkin farm outing on the 26th of this month from 10 to 4, of which you can still register for if I'm not mistaken, but you should check with Edith Martinez and CMOS for that. And then on the 2nd and 3rd, they had the open house for CMOS where they welcome new students into the program. Now let's talk about new events. On the 2nd was glass painting at the RMA 1101 Center. Students versus staff basketball game was on the 3rd. On the 13th, so this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be the Vet Tech Club Dog Spa Day, where you can get your dog bathed and have their nails trimmed completely for free. The only reason I know that is because I'm bringing my dog. Vet Tech is amazing. There's going to be the student volleyball tournament on that following Monday, the 15th. 22nd and 23rd is the American Red Cross Blood Drive. And then on the 25th, I'm going to be highlighting the planetarium again. There's going to be a sunset meditation where you can take some time to yourself to unwind and decompress after a long day. Sorry. That's going to conclude my student trustee report, but very quickly, I would like to highlight Bob Marsing. Bob, I didn't get to know you very well, but At the end of your speech, you had mentioned that you still hope to be a part of this community. You don't have to hope. You've made such an impact on generations of students. You've led to national, if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, national recognition for your publishing. You solidified your place in this college's history, and don't forget that. You don't have to hope. Thank you for your time here.
Item 1.7.8, we now have the president's report. Dr.
Thank you,
Newell.
Chairman. Thank you. Appreciate that. As my presentation is being brought up here, I too will join the Bob Marsink Love Fest. Appreciate Bob for all his many years of service. Oh, as he exhales loudly. I do have a few things before some of the slides here. I do want to read just a statement in regards to the safety and security of the college community. At Joliet Junior College, certainly the safety and security of our students, our employees, and the entire JJC community remains a critical priority to us. Today's tragic event at Utah Valley University, though not on any of our campuses, reminds us of the importance of vigilance and preparedness. And to the college community, please know that JJC has made and continues to make, both the administration and this board, significant investments in people, in equipment, in technology to ensure a safe and secure environment. Our campus police department, led by Chief Campbell, includes 16 sworn officers who work tirelessly alongside our emergency management team and participates in regular training exercises. Now, these efforts reflect JJC's unwavering commitment to protecting everyone who learns, who works, and who visits Joliet Junior College. I want to take just a moment to thank and appreciate our partners at the City of Joliet, Mayor Darcy, Beth Beatty, Chief Evans, Chief Carey, and others for being here to support what we hope to be, indeed, at one point, as Mayor Darcy has said repeatedly, the gold standard for public safety training in the area. I also want to thank our partners connected to the Mexican Independence Day Parade. As Kelly Roeder-Tonelli mentioned, I'll be there, and I hope many of you will join me, my family, members of Latino Unidos, and many others as part of that event. And with that, Chairman, there are a couple of things before the board, as Barb has mentioned, and I'll have something to say about this a little bit later, recommending the approval of the collective bargaining agreement with our adjunct union, and of course, the IGA between the City of Joliet and JJC to explore the development of a public safety institute. Judy Connolly, as our Chief Human Resources Officer, has really focused on the employee experience since she's taken the executive leadership role. And each year, we participate in the PACE survey, a survey of the climate, the institutional climate and culture here at JJC. So to our trustees, I offer just a few findings, and we'll present a more detailed memo in my weekly report here. Thankfully, very happy to report that, and while we're not naive, there are always challenges at any institution, and JJC is not immune to any of those. I'm thankful that we've created a climate here at JJC where employees feel valued, feel part of the decision-making process, and are instrumental in creating a shared vision for the future of Joliet Junior College. As I do each month, Chairman, I'm presenting just a snapshot of our enrollment And want to highlight a few things as I've highlighted to the Board of Trustees in my weekly reports and mentioned this specific data point last semester. What you'll notice, a couple of things that I'd like to point out. Tuition credit, of course, is up just a little bit. You'll notice two other numbers that are down and are certainly of significant concern to the administration. I think what we've seen in regards to specifically our ESL population is some of the uncertainty at the federal administration level, and some of the messages that have been sent at that level have had a bit of a chilling effect on our enrollment and our classes held at the City Center. So we're committed to working with our community partners to rebuild the confidence that the community has in our ESL programs, in addition to adult education and non-credit, which is lumped into that number as well. I want to offer a bit more detail in regards to our dual credit. 2 years ago, we would be celebrating 15,000. Historically, that number was about 11 or 12,000 credit hours produced. And actually, a few years ago, 2 years ago, 15,000 would have been our record high. Of course, we demolished our record high and produced over 18,000 credit hours last fall. What we've decided to do is account for year-long classes, and I've said this once before, perhaps a few times, account for year-long classes in the spring instead of the fall. Hence the decline that you see there. Just to give you an idea of how many classes we're talking about 92 sections worth, right? Just some things happening around campus. As Trustee Bishop shared, we had first open gym. I'm not going to comment on the llama, but over on the right-hand side, well, actually I will, Trustee Bishop, and you'll know this. This was a JJC alum who actually operates that petting zoo. Over on the right-hand side, all right, okay. Over on the right-hand side, we've got a thriving international education area here at JJC with some incredible faculty and some incredible staff who present our students with an opportunity to travel overseas to study at universities, for example, in Japan. So we had some partners from Ehime University visit us, and there's some cross-cultural collaboration going on there. Allegedly, there was a students and staff volleyball game. I will not say who won, Chairman, the students versus staff volleyball game, but I believe there's video of it. Staff will have a rematch. How about that? Trustee Bishop, thanks so much for highlighting Main Street and presenting those numbers. I was struck by a few things, not only the crowd there, which was incredible, but we've got a number of, and I see Dr. Amy Cuspa-Sims there in the background, we've got a number of new clubs. So Joliet Junior College has a number of established clubs, from Pride Alliance to Latinos Unidos, the Black Student Union, and a number of them that are featured here, but there are more clubs happening. It seems like we have more clubs every single year, and that's really a credit to our Office of Student Activities and all the energy and excitement they create to create this welcoming and inclusive environment. As we all know, students who engage outside of the classroom in club-related activities are more likely to be retained from semester to semester, more likely to complete a credential, and more likely to graduate from JJC. Hey, what more is there to say that you haven't already heard from Mayor Darcy and Christy Mulvey? And it was an incredible night for us, and I thank the trustees who were able to join us. Trustee Morales was there. Trustee Bishop brought his sister Ella. Trustee Bottomley was there. Trustee Harris was there. Some of them may have participated in the on-stage rendition, a tribute to Christy Mulvey, who I'm trying to avoid eye contact, was intended to be a great tribute to honor her many, many years of service. I have a feeling she loved it as much as she hated it, but as a leadership team, we'll take it. And Chairman, we were reminded over and over as J.D. Ross came to the stage, as Larry Weirs came to the stage, as Judy Mitchell came to the stage, as many other leaders who are acknowledged as extraordinary in our community. You know, that we as current leaders of this institution, boy, we have big shoes to fill, but we intend to honor their legacy by being the best versions of ourselves possible. So really an incredible night. And John Williams, as promised, did indeed talk about the Night of Stars today at 10 a.m. on WGN. More pictures and the mandatory selfie. I don't get an opportunity to take a lot of pictures with J.D. Ross and Dr. Mitchell. I had an opportunity to do that. I do want to thank Chris Brown for being such a good sport. I asked him to sing My Way for Christy literally 8 hours before it happened. And most of you would have had follow-up questions. Mayor Brown is the president of our foundation and just an all-around fun human being. Perhaps we should recruit him for the Building and Grounds Committee. He had no follow-up questions. He said, sure, no problem. We'll sing My Way to Christy. On your way out, trustees, if you're able to do so, and perhaps you saw this on your way in, I would encourage you to walk down the stairs and take a peek into the Crawford Honors College. The construction wall has come down. We are not quite ready to cut the ribbon, but it is now safe enough for you to view, and this was a picture from just a few days ago. We'll be celebrating the official ribbon cutting in October. I want to send just a quick shout out to really the Shorewood community, an important community to us here at JJC. Many students come to JJC from Shorewood, and the YMCA, of which I'm a board member. Really just a great addition to the Shorewood community, adding a YMCA whose footprint will be actually, the design is the exact same as the Morris YMCA. So two communities important to JJC who have invested in this incredible structure. And I just want to send a shout out to my friend Shane Green there, who's the vice chair of the University of St. Francis Board. Kelly Roeder Tonelli and I visited the Jackson Generation Station. And this is a generation station that creates enough power to power over 1 million homes. They're interested in what JJC does, both in our technical department and potentially aligned with our foundation. A great conversation we had with the leaders there. And Chairman, I might point out, Kelly Roeder Tonelli and I climbed these stairs, and the picture you see here, and it's making me sweat just thinking about it, but we were up here. And as Christy Mulvey knows, I do not like heights, but this is what I do for JJC, Chairman. This is what I do. Just want to send thanks to the new president of the University of Arizona, relatively new. Friends and I gathered, we convened at the University of Hawaii football games, and they just so happened to be playing the University of Arizona. The president of the University of Arizona got word that I was there and invited us, our whole group, to the president's suite. So I found a shirt and I got him to hold it there. So JJC is everywhere, even in Tucson. So to President Garamella, thank you for your hospitality there. Just a comment in regards to what Barb shared and what Amy mentioned earlier, Dr. Gray mentioned earlier. I'm very proud that over the 3 years I've been here, that this will be the 6th and final collective bargaining agreement approved by this board. And I think it speaks volumes to the level of really how we treat people as an institution and as an administration. That we value them, we treat people with dignity and respect, and thankful we have the resources to not only negotiate in good faith, but negotiate agreements that benefit both the unions, the administration, and of course, in the end, Laurel's nodding because she's reading my mind, the students, right? The students. And we've got some of our unions featured here who waived their name, image, likeness contracts to be featured in these slides here. And not featured are the adjuncts and our full-time faculty union. I was not able to overcome Kurt Ward's name, image, likeness contract. Our employee spotlight is our food service area. Really the unsung heroes. And one of the things I like to tell Kathy when she brings the food up here is, thanks for feeding us. I think our food service really does an incredible job. They not only feed our students, but as many of our faculty and staff know, they cater events around campus and really do an incredible job. So I wanted to take just a moment to highlight all of our food service workers. And Chairman, a word in Hawaiian. I'm not sure if I've used it before, but imua is really, it means forward and onward. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Next item is 1.8, closed session number 1. The chair is requesting a closed session for discussion under 2C2, 2C5, 2C6, and 2C8.
So moved. Second.
Trustee Garcia Guillen?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bottomley?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop? Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Our 45 minutes is up. I'd like a motion to return to public session.
So moved. Second.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bottomley?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia Guillen?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 1.10.1, approval of minutes for the regular meeting held on August 20th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Ready for vote?
Ready to vote? Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bottomley?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
No.
Trustee Garcia Guillen?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 1.11, the approval of the agenda for tonight.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? There were items that I had asked for on the agenda that never got on there. One was regard to the trustee budget that apparently the chair decides not to, I've asked several times to have the trustee budget put on there. He thinks that just because we approved it, we don't have the right to amend it, but yet it was available to us to amend, he just regards it. Trustee Harris and I asked to have that put on, to discuss it, and it never got put on. Asked for the good standing trustee for me to be put back on, even though I was elected and voted in by over 26,000 votes. He still does not want to put that on there, and it says that any time, a board member can be returned to good standing at any time following the passage of a motion for such by a majority of the vote. Can I get a consensus? Because if we get a consensus to have it put on the next board meeting, then we could have it put on.
I
But,
will not support that.
well, you know what? By
I will
you
not support that
supporting
either.
it, that's wonderful, but I don't get to go to national. But you know, the thing is, you are 5 that voted for it when there's 26,000 people that did. And state and federal law says that all of that's expunged because of the fact that I was voted. So that really does show a negative on you. I asked for the KGG billing options to be put on there. I don't see that. I see revisions of policies that should be put on there too. Because right now, the chair is saying that only the state rep, the ICCT rep can go to the ICCTA conferences when the goal of the ICCTA is to increase attendance with the trustees for all events. And that's national conferences, and it's also for the ACCT too. And the other thing was the ICCT conference that apparently the chair said I was not allowed to go to. I am still going to it this weekend. Of course, I have to pay for it again since you guys will not lift the good standing trustee, which, you know, I have to say this, the 2 things that you have on me, which are, I talked about the budget, and because I stated that I voted no for the contract on the president. Those don't make any sense, guys. They really don't. Those are the only two censures. And Nancy, you can smile all you want, but it's really not making any sense. And the paper's already dealing with this thing too. They don't understand it. You know, to demean an elected official, you have 26,000 people that voted for me to get back in. For you five, that's a subjective position that you're taking. And I don't know, Nancy and Diane, would you be opposed to having to put on the agenda?
I already answered the question, Trustee Broderick, so you don't need to ask me the question again. I said no.
You said no, but that doesn't mean you're the only one. There's two other people here.
I said no too.
Doesn't matter, there's two other people here too. You know, I think there should be a consensus. You know, if three of us want it, three of you don't, okay, it's moot. Michelle would be for it, you know? I mean,
Well, we can't speak to what Michelle would want. She's
No,
not here.
I know you can't speak for Michelle, but, you know, Jim, you're just saying no. I keep asking for it since April, and it says at any time.
Thank you. Come back.
We worked really hard on those policies. They did not get passed on first read right away. They went back to the policy committee multiple times to address the behavior of this board. Now, I'm sorry if you think that was intended to you. Maybe instead of focusing on what we've done, why don't you focus on what you've done? I've asked you for multiple times, can we discuss what the Atlanta Mutual report said, what your behavior was based on? You refuse to acknowledge that any of the behavior that has been brought to us at the board level existed. You can constantly blame it on us. So until you can show us just the proper board behavior and etiquette, I am not going to support just waiving the good standing policy because you want it waived. It's there because of your behavior. And then
As
your-
a point of order, I'd like for us to go ahead and focus on the fact that we are looking at 1.11, approval of agenda, and I don't know if that's necessarily germane to the topic at hand.
Correct.
So with that, I'd like to consider us to go to a vote. Thank you.
This is the time where we could pull items for discussion.
No, this is just vote on the agenda.
Okay.
We're ready to
Are we
take a
ready to vote? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no.
No.
Motion carries.
Item 1.12, the approval of the consent agenda as presented.
So move.
Second.
I said my
Discussion or items that you all need to pull.
I'd like 3.1,
Okay.
4.2.1, and 3.2.5. 3.2.6 is gone, right? That's been removed? So those are the three.
Anyone else?
3.2.1. And, hold on. 4.2.2.
Okay.
And that's all.
Any other items? We're ready for a vote.
Trustee Garcia Guillen?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bonnelly?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Buzinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
3.1.
Pulled item 3.1, approval to pay listing of bills for the period ending August 31st, 2025.
So move.
Second.
Discussion.
Why do you always ask for the discussion?
Do you want to discuss something?
Yeah,
You can go ahead.
but I'm wondering why you do, because it's usually the chair that does that.
What
You're
difference is
okay.
it?
You're okay. Continue.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm looking at, when we look at the Leggett Architect one, that's a 5-year master plan, right? I saw that when it came, when you were referring to that 3.2.6 one, that you guys kept saying it was for something with the architectural. I thought it was for the master plan for the, from what I understood, the generator. Is that what I understood it to be? Is that supposed to be for the generator? When I pulled it out, I had looked for, and I don't think it's with Leggett, I think, pardon me, it's with Valdez. So never, disregard. Let's go back to the legal, 63-1750. Is there any reason why we are not looking at the options of option 1, 2, and 3? Because when I looked at the legal bills that I got this morning, when I look at what we're spending for sitting at a retreat, $200 for our retreat of 6 hours, or 8 hours was $1,600. Why aren't we looking at option 1 or 2, which would have been, that would have been included in our regular fee instead of hourly rate of just having the attorney sitting there for the 8 hours? And just like he sits here for our meetings, that would have been included from what I have looked and researched on option A and B. And I'm confused why we're doing hourly instead of option 1 or option 2, or option A or option B. So is there any reason we can't talk about that? And then I also am looking at too, and I think Dr. Nimmo, you did answer that with regards to the full credit that is coming from the building that we're doing for Crawford, so that's good. But then I do want to add this, I see that we are paying for our attorney to go to the National Association, ACCT. We're paying for him to go?
I believe so.
Is he reimbursing us?
Why? He's doing work for the college.
He's not paying for his own, Carl never had the college pay for him. He always paid for his own. So that's why I'm asking, why are we paying for his registration to
If
go to
he's doing
ACCT?
work for the college, we should be paying for it. We probably should have paid Carl's too.
That's, he's earning his law information stuff. So I'm asking why. I've never seen our previous law firm doing it.
Well, just because they didn't do it and they should have, that's not any reason why this one can't do it.
I'm just asking.
Okay.
Because I see that we're paying for his registration
I
for
think
the
if he's doing work
ACCT.
for the college, then yes, we should pay for that.
It's difference of opinion. I think they should be, we should be reimbursed. And also, when you sit for these meals, going out to lunch, we're getting charged for him sitting at lunchtime too, so I'm
Well,
curious of that.
you don't want to pay people you don't want people to eat?
No, I don't mind the eating part of it, but I don't think we should be charged $550 for somebody sitting there for lunch, because our lunch,
We're not
paying
charged
for it.
$550, Maureen. We're not charged that. Don't exaggerate,
You need to
please.
look at the legal bills. I think you need to look at the legal bills.
And we don't.
Why don't you ask for them and look at them?
I know, okay.
Any other questions on the approval of bills?
No, I'm ready to vote.
You ready to vote?
Trustee Garcia Guillen?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Bottomley?
Yes.
Trustee Bradwick?
No.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 3.2.1, pre-purchase seats for the Illinois Online Network Professional Development Program.
Thank you. I requested this to be.
Vote.
We need a
Oh,
motion.
sorry.
We need a motion and a second.
So move.
Second.
Trustee Harris, did you make the motion?
Yes, I did.
Second. Discussion?
Thank you. Sorry. Got a little excited there. Okay, so the pre-purchase seats for the Illinois Online Network Professional. Just have a quick question to better understand this. We're being asked to vote on, I believe, $38,000 a year, right? Yes. And how many seats, professional development for who exactly? For staff, for administration? How many seats? I know this is for 5 years, right? It's for 5 years, so it looks like it would be, it is for 5 years. It's 30,000. So can you tell me a little bit, can somebody unpack like what that's for, what kind of professional development that is?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Gray, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, that
you.
can provide more insight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. So this is, these are courses that are provided for full-time faculty in the state. Actually, adjuncts can take advantage of them as well. And here at JJC, we require for a faculty member who would like to teach online, they have to take these ION courses. We want to make sure that the quality, especially considering the significant increase that we've had in online education over the last 5 years. We survey our students every single semester. Dr. Ostwinkle provides that. And so we use that. We want to make sure that we are improving the quality of online courses. I think before COVID, we were somewhere around 9% of our courses were online. Now we are closer to like 30%. So just making sure that the faculty stay aware of technology This is not for content, this is how to teach online.
Is this for adjuncts too?
Adjuncts can
Can
use them.
qualify for that? Okay, that's great. And it's only then it breaks down to like $5,000, I think, a year?
Yeah.
Right? Is that enough? Like, do we need more or?
No, we need more.
Ask for
I
more.
mean, it's working now. It's
Okay.
working.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
my question. Thank you so much for your answer.
Sure.
No more questions.
Actually, 30,000 a year according to.
Per year, yeah, 5,000 per year.
It's 30,000 per year.
It's 30,000 a year for 5
Clarity, I
years.
just want to clarify, it's 30,000 per year.
So it's, because it says for contract term 5 years. Oh, yeah, it is per year.
As needed.
So for each, so it's
Got it.
30,000 times 4.
Got it, got it, okay. All right, thank you for clarifying that. Okay, thank you. No more questions.
Any other comments or questions? We're ready for a vote, please.
Trustee Harris?
Yeah. Yes.
Trustee Garcia Gan?
Yes.
Trustee Bonnemly?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item is 3.2.5, Campus Works, ERP, Project Management and Support.
So move.
I need a second,
Second.
and we're ready for discussion.
That's the ERP one?
3.2.5.
My question is raised. I know Dr. Namu answered it, but I still have a question. He said it's based on calendar time of the month. I'm still confused about the 25,000 more. I don't understand why it went from 75 to 100. I'm still not understanding the difference in time of days.
We will clarify that for you. Vice President Kissel, please.
Thank you, Dr. Farmer. So in the contract, or in this exact resolution, there are 3 different contracts that comprise what we're presenting to you today. It's a contract for the project manager and 2 different contracts for technical resources. They all had different ending dates.
Oh, that's what it was then. Oh, I didn't understand that part of it.
So we're
I
not
thought it
paying
was
any
different
increased
dates
rates.
That piled up, and I was like,
Right.
I
No,
didn't
that's okay.
understand
So we're,
So it's 3 different ones that are involved in this that come due at that time.
at different
So it's not
times
just
during the
one that
month,
we're
correct?
We're extending 3.
Correct.
Okay, now I understand.
All at the same rate, so there's no increase in rate, it's just that the
Okay,
dates.
I was like lost in the confusion of trying to understand it. Thank you.
So all 3 then are being renewed, because last month we approved 75,000, right?
Correct,
Right, to this month in September, we're approving 100,000.
correct.
And do we foresee another month being extended in the future, or how many more months do you think will go out?
In October, we're going to be coming to you with a complete proposal on the ERP plan. It's going to be a budget, a timeline, and the resources that are going to be necessary in order to go live to SAS. So you should look forward to seeing that in October.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Karen, we're ready for a vote?
Trustee Bonnemly?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia Gan?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next pulled item is 4.2.1, the second reading of the committees of the board.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Here's my concern, guys. Okay, we got a letter from the ICCB that said definitely no. Brian, did we ever receive a response in regards to a written response from that attorney that said he said what you verbally said?
Well, I disagree with your characterization that the ICCB definitely said no. What the ICCB said was they disagreed with my interpretation of the statute as to whether, as the statute stands without any policies in place, if the student trustee could count toward a quorum. I then asked that attorney via phone conference, and he advised me that he didn't think he advised me that if we put a policy in place that puts the student trustee on the committee, and the committee, and says that he counts toward a quorum, there's nothing in the statute that contradicts that.
Okay, well, I've done more research on it, and basically, if we do anything in regards to this and violate this, there are things that will happen. There's a violation of the Act by Community College can set legal precedents, and it could end up in court. Anything that we do, any affected individuals or group that are likely to do this, the college can lose and enforce their rights under the Act, but they can issue anything that we do. They can say that anything that we've approved or done with that can remove it and say that it was not legal. And we have authority bodies that we can report back to in regards to this, which is, this is an ethics issue now. And if we fail to follow the state statute and we violate it, we can go to the ICCA, the Department of Ed, the Illinois Department of Higher Education, and report this and complain to the ICCB, because the ICCB did put it into print. And this is very serious because the Attorney General also will look at it. And I went through all of the colleges in the state of Illinois. None of them will allow the student to have anything other than the position of coming to the meetings. They're non-voting advisory. Doesn't remove them from anything of bringing anything as much as information to the meeting. That's what they're supposed to be. They are advisory only, non-voting. The problem exists here is because you have been put on a committee, which none of the Illinois schools do. And I've got Moraine Valley, COD, all the Chicago campuses that I've called, Kankakee, and I've got it all in print, Illinois Valley, Illinois Community College, Elgin, County, Lake County, Harper, Heartland, Prairie, Rock Valley, Blackhawk, Highland Community College. That's over 20 colleges that refuse, and the rest of the Illinois ones do not either. Nobody does it. This is a violation, an Ethics Act violation. And any of you that are going to vote for it, your names are going to go on, because I will file it. I will file the report, because we are violating. The student trustee is not elected. He's put on as an advisory, non-voting. And there is no need. There are 2 trustees that should be on those committees, which are Trustee Lee and myself. Student trustees are not to be put on. They can go to any committee that they want. And that's what's in the rule book, if you look at the ICCTA rule book and the ICCB rule book on what student trustees are all about. They can go to any committee meeting, go to any executive meeting. You have the same ability to make motions and to second them, but you have no ability to be in a quorum.
Can I provide some comments now?
Yes.
I think that it's important for us to remember that in our committees, in policy committee, in building and grounds, in finance, those are advisory, right? Like, there aren't formal votes being taken other than an approval of the minutes. At the same point, like, those are open meetings. Members of the public, members of the board, even if you aren't directly on them, are allowed to attend these committee meetings. And I think making sure that the student voice is heard, is there, that provides validity in what we're doing every single day here has value. I really struggle with how to provide additional comments on this, and I really want to be respectful in the way that we talk about this, because frankly, some of the comments that are being made and what's being said reads as disrespectful. It comes across as rude. It comes across as diminishing the voice of our student population, but not just our student population. Specifically, Brenton Bishop, the student trustee who's sitting up here right now. And I am a grown adult. I have been a working professional for 10 years. I don't know how I would handle sitting up here feeling attacked like that, let alone being someone who's currently in school, who's currently focused on making sure their academics are in line and moving forward with their career and their life. The insensitivity in which this is talked about is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So as we continue to talk about this, let's keep that in mind. Let's keep in mind that people are watching us. And it's not just the folks in this room, right? People watch us online. People ask me about this all the time. It's embarrassing. Be better, act better, be respectful. I've been saying it day one. I'm going to continue to say it. I'm going to continue to support the voice of our student population, I'm going to support the voice of our facilities and the voice of our staff. I'm looking forward to voting on this. I'm looking forward to approving it. I'd also like to give a really stern reminder that as a board, we are allowed to sit here, we are allowed to debate, we are allowed to share our opinions, right? That's what we do. We debate policy and we make it and we vote on it. We are going to vote on this tonight, and how we vote is what happens, and that needs to be respected. So I look forward to never speaking about this again, because we're going to vote on it, and I would dare say expect for it to pass. So thank you.
Thank you. If I may,
Yes.
really quickly, I'd like to address your concerns and say that I understand them. While I may personally disagree, given just some prior research and the fact that student trustees are almost, if not never, mentioned in legal statute outside of very specific instances involving Illinois community college boards, outside of 1977, but that was a very specific instance. I could provide, if you'd like, the legal interpretation as well as the court case itself. I would like to very quickly address one of the model standards of good practice for trustee boards, in that we clearly define and articulate our role, and we are a self-governing board. We can implement policy that says we value the student voice this highly. And for any trustee, regardless of elected status, to diminish the voice of the students in the future, this is not about me. Let's look next year in January, when we begin the search for the next student trustee. To continuously hear that their voice is less than because we are not elected is absolutely unfair. I recognize that you have a breadth of knowledge in trusteeship. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for every student trustee, all the way back from Joliet Junior College's establishment, and please correct me, I don't know the exact time ICCB actually began, so I'll conclude there by saying I recognize you have a lot more experience than these students, but we represent not just our political demographic. I represent students all the way in Whitendorf, from city center to main campus. I represent all of them, and while we may not agree on certain things, college is a place to learn with one another, to figure out how we feel about topics with one another. And it's my job to learn what the student body feels. Thank you, Elaine, for your statements. Thank you, Chairman Budzinski, for your continued expression of the student voice and how important that is to you. And I'd like to use the last 5 seconds to also add, committees of the board are advisory. And again, public comment can be made. The only approval that takes place at them is meeting minutes. And if you attend board committee meetings, you will also see that. So thank you for your time.
I can go ahead and go next, and then you can go ahead and go, Trustee Morales. Thank you, Trustee Bottomley and Trustee Bishop, for breaking down a little bit, a lot of what this policy actually entails. Again, the language is really friendly, so it shouldn't be that difficult to understand. I'm not even going to entertain the lies and the information that is being misquoted for my fellow trustee that started this discussion. Instead, what I will do is focus on what this policy actually does. I already stated that at the beginning when we were talking about the items that were going to be part of the second reading. Again, I'm fully committed to making sure that we are valuing the voice of our student body that is represented by the student trustee, and not just saying that, but actually taking the necessary steps to back it up. Again, empty promises or empty words without action do not make sense and do not make us better. And again, I have no doubt that this policy will pass. But again, this is a clear statement of our commitment or lack of commitment for specific board members if they do not approve or they do not support this particular policy. And I'll yield my time. Thank you. Trustee Morales?
Yes, thank you so much. I expect that this is the last time that we give any attention to this particular topic, but I know that there was a lot of research that went into, that you did, Maureen, to bring this up, and thank you for doing the research. Although, and it's really unfortunate that the other colleges don't honor the student voice the way that we are going to start here, because we are America's first community college. So we will always be trailblazers in Joliet. Wonderful people come out of Joliet and great things out of Joliet Junior College. So I support our students' voice. Our student trustee represents traditional, non-traditional students at all of our campuses, over 7 county-wide district. And I have no intention ever to diminish the student voice, because that is the reason why we are elected, not to be self-serving, or for our names to be out there or to do grandstanding of any sort. We are elected by the community because this is an education platform. We are here to make sure that students' lives are being transformed so they can come out and have, meaningful jobs when they are careers, not as a job, but a career when they leave Joliet Junior College. And we have so many wonderful stories of people that have done that. So I'm going to go ahead and yield my time. And thank you, Trustee Garcia, and everybody that's on the policy committee, for Diane Harris for helping out with this policy. And I look forward to supporting our students, uplifting our students' voice. Thank you.
Trustee Harris, do you have anything to add?
No, I don't.
Any rebuttals?
I do. I am not taking away anything of the trustee at all, their involvement. All I'm addressing is the quorum situation, which now, any of you that are going to vote for this are violating the Illinois State Statute and the Illinois Community College Act, with none of the community colleges, statewide or nationwide, doing it. And with our training that we received in Springfield by Robin Schwartz, stating pure and simple that the student trustee is advisory and a non-voting, you are now, if you're going to vote for this, going to be the only college that's going to violate the Illinois State Statute and the Illinois Community College Trustees Act. Be my guest to do it. I am going to vote no, because I'm not going to break state law. I'm not going to violate it.
Rebuttal?
If I may.
Yes, you can all have a rebuttal time. Go ahead first.
Oh, yes, thank you. So these comments are being made in the presence of our attorney. I'm sure that if this was, the attorney would not allow us to vote on a policy that would be a liability for the trustees or for the college. So I have confidence in our attorney that, we're gonna do the right thing here by supporting this policy, and maybe laws need to change, if that's the case, we'll figure that out. But in the meantime, I'm very confident because our attorney is sitting here present in this meeting and he's not challenging it. So I'm gonna take that as that it's okay to vote in favor of this. And by a sitting trustee to threaten, I take that as kind of a bullying tactic to scare and fearmonger the rest of us into, what's unethical and we're gonna be on your lawsuit. That's fine, bring it on. Thank you.
Trustee Bishop.
And I'm so sorry to put you on the spot, but I'm more than willing to provide supporting documentation. What state statute is this?
Pardon me?
What state statute is this? Just for personal research. I have some fun reading legal documents, but it's kind of stupid. Some of you from the audience may know that I really enjoy reading research papers for nursing. So just out of personal curiosity, what state statute?
Hold on. I got it for you. It's 110 ILCS 805/3-7.24.
Can you go ahead and repeat it again, please, so I can go ahead and write it after the letters?
What do you want?
After the letters.
805/3-7.24.
I just want to really quickly thank you for providing that supporting documentation. Now, this is also going to sound a little stupid. State Statute 110805 is the Illinois Public Community College Act. I spent like an entire week reading it, unfortunately. Although I am no attorney, and we do have one, I'd just like to say the student trustee is not mentioned in 3-7.24. Thank you.
At this time, can I ask our attorney for input?
What would you like to hear?
Well, you've heard a lot of so-called legal experts.
The comment I will make is there is nothing in the Public Community College Act that directs what a board is to do when it comes to committees. You don't have to have committees. It doesn't say you have to have committees. It doesn't say who can be on those committees. There's no comment at all. What the act allows you to do is set up policies for the governance of this board. And if you want to set up a policy that says the board can, that the chairman can appoint a committee and the committee can be 5 members from the public, you could do that. Then what's the quorum of that committee? It's the quorum of the people who are on the committee. And that's all that I think that this policy does, is this board has chosen to adopt a policy or has allowed the student trustee to serve on committees. The way you determine the quorum of a committee or of any body is by who shows up, who are members of that committee. And that's all that this policy is doing. There's nothing in the Public Community College Act that says that a student trustee can't be on a committee. It doesn't even say you have to have committees. So there's no guidance in the act specifically on this issue, and I think the board has the authority to adopt this policy. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a follow-up question. Mr. Copeman, this is a legal question for you, just to make sure that I have my mind right about this. So we'll vote tonight. I know that some statements have been made about potentially who would be liable for the legality of the outcome of this. Because of the way that we vote, and we can maybe disagree, but if the motion carries, that's an acting and effective policy of the entire board. So if someone votes no, but the policy still passes, that's still the collective R policy. So they would
Correct.
still be responsible for upholding that.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Are we ready to vote?
Yes.
Please, Karen.
Trustee Garcia Guillen.
I'm going to say yes. I support our student trustee and the student body, so yes.
Trustee Bottomley.
Yes.
Trustee Broderick.
No.
Trustee Harris.
I will vote yes, because as we said earlier about JJC being a governing board, and we have a professional legal attorney here, I would say yes on that.
Trustee Morales.
I also support our student body, our student trustee, and I will vote yes. Thank you.
Trustee Bishop.
Yes, and I will also add, this is a living board. I appreciate all of your support, and there is no policy, as we're a self-governing board, that we can't change.
Trustee Bazinski.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item is 4.2.2, which is pay for performance for eligible, non-union exempt, and non-exempt employees. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Thank you. I have a couple questions, and I think HR is here. Okay. So I know this is for pay for performance, and I'm really big on, when somebody has a job to do and we all deserve a living wage, number one, and then a salary increase. I don't agree everybody gets a 1% or 2%, especially when some people might be overachievers and others might just be doing the bare minimum to get by, right? So this is for our eligible non-union, salaried exempt, and hourly non-exempt employees. So does this include folks like in administration that are for example, our VPs, because they would be non-union and exempt, correct?
It
Yes,
does, yeah.
it includes, administrative, professional, and non-union support
People
full-time.
in management, more or less.
Yes,
Like directors.
yes.
and so
What
forth.
it excludes are the union employees that would negotiate performance plan or their annual increases.
Okay, so I have at the, there's a line at the bottom, and I'm just a little unclear on this. So it says, all evaluations designated as exceptional must be approved by the reviewer's manager in advance of communication to the employee. So anyone that comes in is really doing great work, exceptional. I know that with a score of a 4.6 and above to a 5.0, it would have to be reviewed by approved by the reviewer's manager in advance of communication to the employee. So, well, the reviewing manager is the one that's giving them that, right?
It would be the manager's manager as a
Like the
way just to
director.
have a control to review someone receiving all exceptional ratings, just to make sure that aligns. So if I was doing the rating, it would go to Dr. Farmer to review.
So in these cases, it could be a dean doing the reviewing too?
Yes, it
at
could
some
be a
point?
front level supervisor, it could be a dean, it could be a cabinet member.
Okay, okay, so that dean or that other cabinet is not the person giving them that score, right? That you want a more objective review, I think is what we're getting
Just a
at.
secondary review. That's something that came out of a performance improvement committee a few years ago, that if evaluations were below expectations or at the high level, they were just had a second set of eyes. Years ago, when those were on paper, they came through HR, but we thought it was best to keep within the line of supervisory authority to review those.
Well, that's a great way to streamline it, I think, so that you're not getting bombarded with all of these. I'm sure you're probably getting some for the ones that are not meeting, that definitely have to go through HR, because then you do have to put them on a performance improvement plan or corrective action plan of some sort. So, okay, that was my only question.
Okay,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
I appreciate it.
Any other questions on this policy? We are ready to vote.
Trustee Garcia Guillen?
Yes.
Trustee Bottomley?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
5.1, reports. Representative to the ICCTA, ACCT. Trustee Harris, please.
Okay, thank you. Currently, I don't have a report. We will be meeting, ICCTA will be meeting this weekend on the Friday and Saturday. And so I look forward to having a report for you at that time. And also, I say again to the trustees, please make sure you check your ACCT emails, and there's a lot of interactive information in there. So I look forward to our meeting in October, and I'll have a report at that time as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 5.2, trustee updates. I'm going to start on this side. Ms. Morales.
I'm going to pass.
You want me to come back?
Yes.
Okay. Trustee Garcia again.
Yes. So thank you all for staying around and listening to the rest of the meeting. We should be wrapping up very shortly, so that's good. I wanted to thank you, Trustee Bishop, for your wonderful presentation and highlighting some of the key events that we have had over the last 4 weeks that we started this semester. The main takeaway for me was mainstream, and just the ability for the college to two things: organize it in a way that we are empowering the clubs to take ownership of that space and make it their own. Again, we have a theme, but in terms of anything that the table can look like, it's up to the club, and also based on the vision that they have on how they're going to invite other people from the student body to actually be able to stop by and ask questions and learn more about what that club might be. And again, it's really encouraging that there was so many students stopping by, learning about clubs, interacting with each other, and also getting to know each other in a different way. Again, it's passing by, but also that relationship building that is crucial to the work that we do. Again, we are focused on education, but engagement of our students is also critical to make sure that students feel like they belong, and that they're part of something bigger, and that they have other people looking out for them, even within their club or the general student body. And the second thing, the other thing that I want to highlight is, again, thank you, Dr. Namuel, for mentioning a lot of the involvement that we have. Again, we have a role and a responsibility as the community college that has been around the longest, to be trailblazers and to actually be able to be out in the community and be a good representative of the work that we're doing and all the values that we have. Again, I already said this. There has to be a combination of, we can say a lot of things, but also we're backing it up with action. So that's why we're so involved in the community in a number of different programs, community events, because again, we want to be representatives of JJC, Joliet Junior College, and at the same time, be open to hearing from community members on some of the ideas that they might have, some of the challenges that they might be encountering at that time. And again, us trying to make sure that we figure out how to close that gap or connect them to additional resources. So yeah, thank you all.
Trustee Bottomley.
It is great to be back. It is great that we're doing trustee updates at 8 p.m. Hyped about that. I want to start off by saying that JJC culinary program is in full swing. I work in downtown Joliet, so my favorite lunch spot is truly the kiosk at City Center. Go there all the time. But Thrive and Sephora are open. If you have an opportunity to go and check out the amazing creations from our culinary students, please do. Went there for lunch. Amazing, truly amazing. It is phenomenal to see the quality of food and the quality product that Joliet Junior College puts out in terms of students, their experience, and all of the great stuff that makes this place truly amazing. I'm excited about the past IGA with the city of Joliet to really look at the development of a public safety institute. When you get a mayor to come out and support it and Chief Carey to come out and support it, and we heard directly from them that this is critical for first responders, I'm excited about us and this partnership and what it really means for our region, entire District 525. I really debated about making a comment on my next segue here, but I really, really believe that you shouldn't ask questions you don't want to hear the answers to. But I will say that I would definitely be okay, and I'd be open to going ahead and having an item on the agenda about putting Trustee Broderick in good standing. But again, I also believe in not asking questions you don't want to hear the answers to. I think that it's okay for us to go ahead and put it on an agenda. I think it's okay for us to vote on it. Just because it's on an agenda doesn't mean that we are voting yes. I also think that it will cut down on the continued regular conversations that we are having every single meeting. It really does distract away from the good business that we are doing. And I frankly believe that Trustee Broderick deserves to have a final answer on this, and I would really like to see us vote on this in the next meeting. Again, be careful asking questions you don't want to hear the answers to.
Trustee Broderick.
I would like to see the trustee budget issue put back on. I'd also like to see the KGG billing issue discussed again. I brought those up in the last meeting. I'd also like to see that the national conference, apparently if we do bring that up, I'd like to go to the national conference. It's an educational opportunity that the only time I've ever missed it was when I was just out of the hospital, almost dying from COVID pneumonia, and those have always been good learning experiences for education. And I'd also like to see where you're at with the follow-up in regards to the request on the ICCB Act that I asked for with regards to the compensation for the trustees for reimbursement. And I'd like to give you, I have a question too regarding the J.D. Ross board approval. I know the last 2 years we haven't brought it up, and I thought policy was supposed to be that we were supposed to bring it to the board's attention to approve it. I know Mr. Weirs was real good to receive it, but I thought we were supposed to have it as part of our agenda. And then I was gonna mention this, the ICCTA and ACC strategic plan is to elevate trustee engagement and support, advance trustee education, both locally and nationwide. And in that is part of it in seeking grants, governance, best practices, financial oversight and strategic planning, optimize information exchange, strengthened our advocacy efforts with our federal and state legislators, evaluate and improve organizational impact, support regional meetings, which is what we're going to be working on with, because we haven't had a regional meeting here in our region in the last 3 years. And then as far as we had a regional GLI meeting in Pittsburgh in August. There's another one coming up in November, which would probably be good for Elaine to go to. And then the last thing is, we need to work on where the presidential goals and performance criteria are. Thank you.
Trustee Harris.
Okay, thank you. I think the partnership with the city and the college is going to be monumental. It's something that it's needed in our community, and we can continue our JJC status of being innovative and leadership. So I think that's going to be a great plan. As far as putting the in good standing back on the agenda, I think that the guidelines we should use should be the report from Lanark Mutual. That's the guidelines, nothing else, because that's what that will help us to decide whether it should go back or not, or you know what I mean, be removed or to remain. And I agree with Trustee Bottomley. It's unfortunate, but if you ask a question, you have to be ready for the answer. And I do agree that it probably would set at rest after we go through the information and answer the questions openly. And it's unfortunate, feelings may be hurt, but it has to be done because we need to move forward from that. And I'm glad to have Trustee Bishop to continue with us. I've only been here 3 years, and I'm sure that our college has always had student representation. And again, I don't see how we could not have it. It's our voice of contact. I mean, unless the trustees are going to be at the college every day, it's almost like talking to your kids. I mean, you're trying to get information. So we need the peer-to-peer, and I'm glad that the board passed that. So other than that, I yield back.
Trustee Bishop.
Thank you, Trustee Harris. It's a pleasure to be here to represent the voice of the students. I've been afforded an incredibly unique opportunity. I am one of however many student trustees that Joliet Junior College has had at this dais. And I thank you all for that opportunity, but I would like to remind you, our students are watching. And although I shouldn't need to, as it's on the back of your placards, I feel I should right now. I'd like you all to open to the first page of your board book, if you wouldn't mind. And I know this usually isn't a time to address the board as a whole. That's student trustee report. We derive our authority from our community, and our students are our stakeholders. They're the future of this college, this community, this nation. Don't pull away the voice of the students, ever. To the students watching and the students still here in the audience, I respect you. I appreciate that you take the time to participate civically. You are our future. And just because one person, maybe two people, hell, half this board, God forbid, may not express how much they appreciate you, you matter to this college. You are the only reason we are still a college. Now, more specifically, to members of this board, let's remember that we are meant to support a positive working relationship with other trustees and the president. While Trustee Harris has cited the Lerner-Mukin report as a potential criteria to evaluate a trustee, I would suggest that we also look at model standards of good practice for trustee boards. I think it's important to have open and honest discussion, because only with criticism can we change for the better. As a board, we are not surgeons. We give direction for the scalpel, but we never make the cut. We trust those who have been hired to do so, to make those cuts. I don't know anything about being a surgeon, but I know I trust them. Thank you.
Trustee Morales.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm glad you came back. So thank you, everybody, for still being here this late. Hopefully we'll get out a little bit earlier today. You are all very much appreciated, all of our administration, our faculty, our adjunct faculty. Thank you. I just want to encourage everybody, if you are able to, I understand Joliet Junior College, we are going to be participating in Saturday's it keeps getting called a Mexican Independence Day Parade. I am not happy with the way that they title that, because there's more than just Mexicans in Joliet. There's Colombians, Venezolanos, Ecuadorianos, Puerto Ricans. It should be a Hispanic heritage parade, right? So I'm going to bring flags from all different types of other countries besides Mexico. I think it's a little bit biased, but anyway, that's just my opinion. So I hope that I see many of you on the float. I know I'm going to be there, and I haven't told Klein that, but I will be there. I will be there. Thank you. I might bring some of my grandkids too. And I am very excited. Anytime we can do anything for nonviolent communities, peaceful communities, and if we can have a formal place at the table to work with the city of Joliet with the intergovernmental agreement for the PSI, then I am definitely excited and looking forward to that. And then also towards the council meeting coming up in a couple of days, participating in that as well at City Hall. And then just one other thing I'd want to just kind of remind everybody, or for you to keep it on the forefront. So October the 3rd is an important day. That is the day that our Joliet University, which is the University of St. Francis, is going to hold the president's inauguration. So please, as partners with St. Francis, call the executive assistant's phone number or send her an email and let her know to reserve you a seat so you can be there. And I want to see that place packed with a bunch of us stakeholders that, are here making, you all making a living. Us, we're just doing it because we're crazy, I guess, because we don't get paid. My kids think I'm crazy because they think, why do you do all that work and you don't get paid? I'm like, because somebody has to, right? So I would love to see all of you at Dr. Hendrickson's inauguration. Thank you. That's all. I'll be there too.
So I'm going to make the chair report real short.
Yes.
But not as short as usual. You just mentioned that why do we do all that work and not get paid? I could venture
Don't make kids say that, not me.
Okay, but I can venture to say that everyone on the staff in this room probably does more than they're getting paid for as
I'm
well.
sure they do,
So
yeah.
just make sure it's not just up here around there, so there's a lot of effort,
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to move on to closed session number 2. I need a motion to go into closed session
So
for
moved.
2C1. Ready to vote?
Who seconded? Elaine, Bottomley.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Bottomley?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia Gann?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
May I request a motion to return to public session?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Morales?
Yes.
Trustee Garcia Gann?
Yes.
Trustee Bottomley?
Yes.
Trustee Broderick?
Yes.
Trustee Harris?
Yes.
Trustee Bishop?
Yes.
Trustee Bazinski?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. We're adjourned.